He purchased this complex 27 years ago and spent almost every day since tidying the grounds, repairing garbage disposals, collecting rent checks. So he's a do-it-yourselfer. Good man, he bought real estate. Kudos to him, right? But he's also the manager. He's 64 years old now. He pays himself about $75,000 a year as like the manager. The idea was always to one day sell and retire off the proceeds. So equity, sell it, and I guess, again, the details aren't here, but I guess he's thinking he sells it because he doesn't want to do the work anymore, which we get that. So now he sells it, and we'll get into a little bit of the tax issue, why this is going to be a potentially problem, because paying taxes, of course, is going to take a whack off the equity, and then he, like a lot of people, is going to be left with this much. Well, if that much is not like producing passive income, then what's he going to do with it? Put it in the stock market? Well, he's not a stock market guy, so I don't think he's going to do that. So is he going to put it in T-bills or CDs? Well, what's that going to produce? Probably not the rents he's getting off his apartments. So it's just, it's a mind shift thing, right? I mean, he's done something smart, but there's some missing elements here, I would say. So let's carry on this conversation. Let's see where this goes. The Biden administration's tax proposal, it's just a proposal, would increase the capital gains tax Mr. Settle will pay on the sale of the apartments, which he expects to fetch over $2 million. His tax advisor estimates the changes could have his after-tax proceeds to about $400,000 after paying off the mortgage. So he's still got a loan balance. So if he pays that off, then he's got a gain, and he's got to pay tax on the gain at a proposed tax rate, that would take his net down to about $400,000. That probably he's looking at an overall net gain of just a little under $1 million. So that will come down to about, after closing costs, about $400,000. That's a big drop. That's a big drop. It's almost, it's over 50%. So the Biden plan would increase the top capital gains tax rate to 43.4% from 23.8%. So that's about a doubling for those earning over $1 million. Okay, key point. Now he's only earning $75,000 right now. In any given year, only a sliver of taxpayers fall into this top tax bracket. So it's not going to affect a lot of people. So no one really cares except people who work hard and actually have some assets, right? While many of the wealthiest people in the world are in this group, others more closely resemble Mr. Settle. So here's the problem. Most people usually make less than $1 million, but capital gains from the sale of a property or business will push many people, when they have these assets, over that $1 million threshold. It's not just what you earn by trading time for dollars. Now you include any capital gains assets that you sell into that income. And now you're pushed over the $1 million mark just for this 1 year. See, right now at $75,000 a year, he's way below that. It's not an issue. But now he sells this asset that he's been holding on to his whole life, thinking that's going to be his retirement nest egg, and that's going to get whacked, and yeah, he's in trouble. Though it never grew into the empire he once imagined, this apartment complex went up in value as he hoped. The 700 square foot, 2-bedroom apartments now rent for $625 a month. Seems a little low, but it's a small community in Kentucky, so could be, right? And there's a waiting list for prospective tenants who often work at nearby horse farms. So, occupancy is not an issue. So he's probably staying pretty full. Mr. Settle has never married, has no children. He started thinking more seriously about selling after his father died last year at 100. Wow, so if he's got the same propensity for longevity, he's got 35 more years to make this nest egg work, right? You need to plan, you need to have good advisors to plan, but I think the other important thing is we've got to be ready to pivot and realize that when changes occur, there's going to be different ways to pivot. But you've got to be with people that understand the game and help give you the options so you have the creativity to make those shifts